National Democratic Congress will elect presidential and parliamentary candidates on November 7 as it introduces ambitious plans to have every single card-bearing member of the party to vote in the nationwide primaries. And the party expects parliamentary filing fees at 10,000 cedis, and an aspirant will have to pay 1,000 cedis to pick a form for the presidential. And they pay 50,000 for women and the physically challenged. They will have a 50% discount on all the fees. This is innovative as well, but this is also an upgrade on what your party also did, opening the way for the electoral colleges of the various political parties to be broadened, to make it more all-encompassing.
Well, let me wish them well. That is the game we're playing. That's politics for you. And all friends that are going to contest on the...
You have some friends who will be contesting?
Oh, yes, I have a lot of them. The minister who was supposed to be here, Akando, is one of my friends. In fact, a lot of them, they are my friends, at least. And I wish them well.
Okay.
Most especially MPs that are going out there to contest. We would love to have as many as possible come back to the house. So I wish them well. But it's not easy.
You make it sound... So, some will be casualties, is it?
Oh, sure. For this game, casualties will definitely fall.
Right.
Some willingly will not go. Okay. Some will go, they won't make it. But like you said, it's so ambitious. You see, people will always argue that, look.
You think they should have treaded cautiously?
That is my view. Even within our party.
But you
Yes.
had 144,000.
Yes,
just a little over 100.
Yes, and you know what we did? Every polling station is 5. Okay, every polling station. We have the polling station executives voting. So when you put all together.
But this one is also
this one, they are doing card-bearing members.
It's ambitious, but also I'm sure your party will also have to do.
Yes, this is an idea that our party initially wanted to do. Yeah. You see, but this game that we
okay, let's talk about the pros and cons on this.
Yes,
supposing
the positives. For the positives, they are there because one, you get as many people determine who becomes the candidates. Okay, so if you go to my constituency, for instance, and then you get about 1,000+ people electing me as the candidate, it presupposes that you already have about 1,000 people who are going to vote for me as a member of parliament. Are you getting it? That is if the party is structured well.
Right.
Okay, that is if the party is
in a structured party.
Okay. Where you know that these are actually MPP members. Okay, so if you get about 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000 voting for you, it means you already have about 2,000 in your baskets. So you go look for some others to come and add up. So you are making progress. 2, vote buying, where you think that some few people are going to vote, and for that matter will hijack the system. You have to go and pay huge sums of money before you get elected.
This one will be eliminated. At least it will come down.
It will
because when you have about, let's say, 3,000 members in a particular constituency, because sometimes some of the constituencies are made of 10,000.
Yes.
Some, especially those in the urban areas, are made up of 50,000, 60,000, 70,000.
So that aspect, people think it's also going to come down. But because our system in Ghana is not so structured, that's where I have a difficulty.
What do you mean by it's not structured?
It's not structured because, look, I know what they are doing. The registration, they are just going out there issuing it to anybody at all who wants.
Could it result that you can have even other members of other parties becoming...
A lot of people will vote for their candidates. A lot. I have received calls. Okay? From people want, we see NDC doing this. What is it? Okay? If it's a structured party system, people won't call because they will know their members and they will go to their members.
I don't get you.
Yes. What I'm saying is, if you go to Bandai, for instance, I've had calls from some people who are my people calling me, telling me that, look, NDC has come to our village and they are demanding for voters ID card, and they are going around registering people. Okay, so do you want us to go and register?
No, but it's a choice.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a choice that they have.
Yeah. So if granted, I say yes, go ahead, go and register. I've infiltrated into their camp. Are you getting me? I've infiltrated into their campaign.
But that's the risk, you say.
That's the risk. Okay? So you end up that, look, they really don't have members out there. They claim they have all members out because
but whoever becomes a card-bearing member of the party automatically, according to what the constitution of the party says, becomes a member of the party.
That's what I'm saying. Because
but you are saying you are saying talking about the moral intent of whoever gets a
yes.
Card. Okay.
You see, look, walk out here and ask people. Some will give you MPP card. They will give you an NDC card. They will give you PNC card. One person is having all these cards in his pockets, depending on who counts and what you are bringing.
So if that person is a high-profile person, he doesn't need to prove that he only belongs to one.
No. And because now every candidate will want to win, the gates are opened.
So they can go and mass others.
They will mass people and register them.
That could lead to some disputes on this.
That is what some of us are foreseeing.
Okay.
That if they are not lucky, this system is going to bring so much chaos into their
but you're saying this system is the best.
It's a very
but
good
because
system.
we live in an environment where there's no structure.
It's our party
in terms of we can't trace.
You can't trace.
Yes, we can't verify.
No.
Okay. But
it is not.
But
it's a good system.
But let me ask, for all political scientists, and if you study political science, those who follow political parties feel that the objectives of those entities tend to align with their beliefs of governance, and as a result of that, they say that they align themselves to that very political party. Okay. If a particular political party is given the opportunity to be a card-bearing member, what is wrong with that? I believe in this very political party, maybe a social democratic party or whatever party that it is. I want to belong to the MPP, I want to belong to the NDC or the PNC. I know that I believe in them, etc. Now I have the opportunity to register, to be biometrically registered and also verified. Why don't I go in for it?
You don't get to me. How can one person believe in MPP, believe in NDC, believe in CPP?
Can we have scenarios like that? Can we have a lot of scenarios like that?
A lot. And you see, that's what I'm saying. If you go out there, there are a lot of constituencies that the people really don't understand what you are doing. Some people think that they are coming to give them money. Okay? Some people, some people, they are coming to give you a job. So if they go out there, the same NDC people, look, if you don't come and register, we are coming to give you a job. So come and register. The people rush there and register. So they are not registering because they want to be card-bearing members.
But because they are loyal members.
Because they think you want to come and give them something. Okay? So those people eventually become members of your party. You will have them on paper. But practically, they are not your members.
So you can't be confident that when they go to the polls in 2016, they'll vote for you?
They will not. I am telling you, there are a lot of people who elect their candidates for them, will never vote for them. They will elect, they will be part. And because now the person is so hungry for power, he wants to become the candidate, he wouldn't be looking at those negatives. He will want to get elected. Okay? So when he gets elected, that is all. He then begins to move from community to community, canvassing for votes. And those people who voted for him, he will see some of those people campaigning seriously against him. And he will be surprised. You see, but if we go to advanced countries, where they have their members, they know that this is my member. And the people also know that, look, if you are a Democrat, you are a Democrat. If you are a Republican, you are a Republican. They know it that way. But in Ghana, we've not gotten to that level. We've not gotten to that. If you go to Ashanti region, and you go to Volta region, and some aspect of Eastern, you get some of those people. There are people in Ashanti region.
As for that one, they openly say
yes.
Okay.
They are MPC. If you go to Ashanti region,
majority
will tell, look, if an NDC, if you give him, he will just throw it away. Look, I have.
But you're talking about those mixed regions.
Exactly. Constituencies that are swing. These are the challenges. Okay, I have seen somebody. He's an MPP man. He on their way coming. They met NDC when I was campaigning. They gave them some t-shirts and gave them some money. So he put on the NDC t-shirts and covered it with his another shirt that he was initially wearing. Unfortunately, when we met him, what happened? He put and we showed the NDC said, but why are you wearing NDC? He said, when he came, they gave it to me and gave him money. So he took it. People accept some of these things
When did you record this? At the time of the last
In the 2012 elections.
Okay.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay.
So some of these things, it happens.
Right.
You see, but voter region, you may be able to get.
So you're talking about those
lawyers.
consolidated areas where the voters usually openly come out and say, or even demonstrate through the votes that you get to record in the region.
That way you don't have any problem.
All right, what will be some of the variables that will make people perhaps behave that way and not have one allegiance? I'm talking about, let's say, whether it's economic variables, perhaps the underdevelopment of the area. So they know that it's a period when they know that they are aligned to a certain political party, they will get certain favors. Would that be the variables that will influence them to be doing that?
You know, it's one. Okay. The economic hardship is one. Where people think that if you had, I don't know.
Or the parochial gains they make.
Unfortunately, I've not seen you at Talensi. Did you go to Talensi for the by-elections?
No.
That is where you would have
I've been there before, but not
you would have understood me well. When we went to Talensi.
But I've witnessed many elections like that. So
well, you see, the people.
I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yes. The people at that particular time, any political party that was coming, the people mass up.
They knew that it was so to speak, cocoa season.
Yes, you are coming to give them money. So when you come, they will accept you. They will clap for you. They will give you hope when you give them the money. You just don't go away. Just move ahead and let another party drive. The same people, the same message they gave, the same response. Are you getting me? Because everybody thinks that at that particular time, you come to redistribute your income, they will get some money. So if you go to most of our communities, people think this is time for money making. Okay. Secondly, we don't also understand the party system for now. The education hasn't gone down well. When somebody will say that, look, if you go to Pandai, for instance, you get people say, look, we are NDC, we are NDC. No. I know people who are NDC who voted for me. They are NDC. That's their belief. Okay. They voted for me. They voted for the president. Okay. Depending on
such people.
Yes.
Such people.
Yes.
It's not time for the general election.
Yes.
They are card-bearing members of the NDC.
Yes.
But they like you.
They are not card. They are just assuming to be members.
They are assuming to be members. So they collected a party card.
Yes.
I'm talking about now we're talking the regulation. Sure. Once they take the party card, they're members.
Yes. So I want to agree.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, but they like you.
Yes.
They like you, Matthew.
Yes.
They believe that you are good. You interact with them well. Once in a while, you come to the constituency. At least you help lobby, do things. Okay. So when it comes to the period when they have to vote, they vote for, let's say, a presidential candidate who is not in your party, but they vote for you. What's wrong with that? Even they could be card-bearing members.
There's nothing wrong.
But you're saying that those are the twists and turns.
Those people who are receiving those cards today, or those people
could also be.
Maybe in the next election, they won't even be voting scared and browse. They won't be doing that. Okay? But what I'm saying is that we haven't gotten to that level where people say, look, I am a Democrat, I'm a Democrat. I am NDC, I am NDC. Whatever has to do with MPP, I don't like it. That is why we now begin to look at the philosophy of the party.
What factors will make the voter population or the population get to have the deeper education, awareness, and the understanding of how political party activism works?
Well,
is it educational literacy and things?
One is education, seriously. One is...
You mean formal education? When they can read and write well?
That is one. One is formal education, which is the prime, okay, formal education. The next other thing too is, in this country, what I've also seen is that it's about how you also educate the people.
You engage them.
You engage them, okay. And if you come to look at Ghana, for instance, MPP, we've been in power. If you look at, we are liberal Democrats. Yes, liberal Democrats. NDC says they are social Democrats. But if you take the two parties, our social interventions are even more than the NDC social interventions.
That's what you assume?
Oh, that is a fact.
Okay.
The people are there.
Let's not argue about
social interventions. It's a fact. So you see that at the end of the day, we are not pure liberal or saying that we are capitalists and for that matter, that's what we are doing. No. So it's a little difficult. And now, as we're talking about bread and butter issues. People are not talking about your philosophy this is what you
We haven't gotten there.
We haven't got, you see, people are talking about.
So you're saying that the NDC should have treaded
well for now,
steadily.
And this is also very capital intensive. Let me tell you. Sometimes they think that you're not going to pay much money here and there. Look at the number of polling stations that they want to use. Okay, it means the electoral commissioner will have to have a lot staff to work for them. The police will have to do that, and all these state things will have to, and you're going to pay for it. Okay, if they today they are in government,
is expensive.
Yes, today they are in government. They can afford to do some of these things. But I can tell you, I want to see them in opposition in 2017, replicating this, and they will tell you that 10,000 they are charging, they will go ahead. I think they will have to increase it because they won't be able to foot the bill. But today they are in government, they won't feel it much. But I know they will go into opposition 2017 onwards, and let's see what happens. But it's a good idea. It's a good idea. For the idea, the rationale.
So you're just waiting, looking at the corner. You're waiting how their own will pan out and see whether you can also.
If they don't manage it well, it's going to be very chaotic.
Would I be wrong if I say I think I can conclude that when you also introduce the expansion of your electoral college to about 144,000 people, you were also toying with the idea of this, and so you are saying in the future it can also be replicated.
You know our case.
No, I'm saying that you were saying that after the 144,000, you could move to the next where the NDC is.
Yes.
That's the intention.
Yes, the intention is to gradually move
you're
it.
gradually. Yeah.
Yes,
but you're already here, so they don't need to be here. They want also to be.
They should have started with what we have done, see how it will work, move ahead. You see, this idea that I'm talking about, these polling stations. Look, these elections that we're talking about, the candidate can't be at everywhere.
Okay.
You see, you can't be at everywhere at this particular time. Okay, but this primaries thing, it is you who matter. So if you don't have strong men to police the other polling stations that other electoral areas are voting, then you are in trouble.
There could be disputes and things like that.
They will just.
My last question before we wrap up on this subject is constituencies that are big.
Yeah.
Let's say in Ashaiman, because I grew up in Ashaiman, so I know a lot more about the dynamics.
Yeah.
The NDC seems to dominate. It's
dominated.
And if you look at the last two elections, I get the votes based on a member of the NDC who went independent, and then the current MP and things like that, all in the region of some 60,000, 70,000 against maybe the next opposition, the MPP's 33,000 thereabout. Okay, so let's assume that you have 60,000 people voting for you. No, 60,000 people. But it means you're going to have several thousands of people who will be card-bearer members or who will be willing to. But it is also possible you have people who will be voting for you but would not want to be publicly known to be card-bearer members. Is that not true?
It's possible.
Okay. How then do you monitor, satisfy people's assuations and then their deep-seated feelings? If, let's say, you open it up and it becomes uncontrollable.
Yeah.
Let's say on the ground in Ashaiman, the current MP said to be not doing well.
Yeah.
Okay. But because he's voted by an electoral college that is controlled, he will be able to influence public opinion within that very electoral college. But if it's expanded, how does he control public opinion? Why? And is that not the reason why this one also will make sure it's the right person who is the people's choice who are elected?
You know, we always say this, people's choice, people's choice. I agree with you. Let me tell you, go to Ashaiman now. I can tell you that for you to become a card-bearing member now, largely will be determined by what Agbesi will do.
No, if you believe in the NDC and you want to be, you will be, I believe.
Go and look at those who are giving out the forms for you to fill and become a card-bearing member.
Who are those giving out the forms?
That's your work.
Right.
Go out there. And I've seen people. I've been to I had calls from my constituency. You see, it's about sometimes it's not like you just walk freely and you get the form and you become a card-bearing member. Right. It's not like that now. It used to be, but now it's not like that because people now have much interest.
Okay.
So it's a bit guided. So if you come and they look at your face very well and you are not a friend, sometimes it even becomes very difficult for you to become a card-bearing member. Okay. But let's see. Let's see how.